Hi, today we're doing Metacomp
7.2
part 3, and we're going to be demonstrating the motion palpation analysis of the occiput and giving a verbal explanation of how the possible listings would be derived. Okay, so I am going to start by palpating above the occipital ridge and below the occipital ridge, and I'm looking for edema. If the edema is above the occipital ridge, that would indicate an occiput restriction or subluxation. So what I'm going to do is, well, first I would do an inspection looking for any sort of moles, bumps, lesions, abrasions, etc. And then static palpation, and then I would come in this way, and I would do a jaw jet. And I'm feeling for gliding along those condyles. And it seems like he has a little bit more restriction on the left, so that would indicate a PS, LS listing, and the last two listing letters could come from, or would have to come from an x-ray, which we don't have. Okay, next I'm going to have you come over here. And we're going to be doing demonstrating the motion palpation analysis at SI joints and giving the verbal explanation of how the possible listings would be derived. Okay, so move that this way. Alright. So first I would come in here, palpate for the PSISs, and come in here on S2. And then what I'm going to have you do is raise your right leg and then your left leg. And if you need to hold on to me, you can for support. Okay, go ahead. Good. And I would go lower. Go. Good. And I'm going to come across, do the same thing. Okay. And then right here as well. Perfect. And normally I would have this patient gowned and I would be using skin contacts, but for the purposes of this video and for the purposes of time, I'm just going to move ahead. So what I felt was restriction on the left side. So what I would do next is I would place my hands like this. I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
And then I come up on the posterior thigh onto the bone that you sit on, checking for glute folds.
You have consent.
Okay. And the left one was lower, so that would indicate a PI ilium. What we would do next is come over here onto the table and lay face down. Good. Okay. So I would check here, and it does indicate that there is a left short leg, and there is no internal or external flare. So I would consider that to be a PI ilium. Okay, I'm gonna have you flip over. And now we are demonstrating the motion palpation analysis of the right knee and giving the verbal explanation of how the possible listings would be derived. Okay, so I'm gonna have you, lift your leg up just like this, and I'm gonna rotate in here. And I'm going to place my hand in here, and I'm going to push you this way, don't let me. Okay. Good. So that was strong. Next, I would come in here, and I would motion, I would find the fibular head, and then plantar flex, dorsiflex the ankle, feeling for movement. It feels like there is restriction on the posterior aspect, so there would be a P, or a posterior fibular head. And then I think that's it.